Welcome to the Mysteries of Gyanganj. So, which is important, Krupa or Karma? In English, we say grace or action. We will see this in a bit. Before starting, let's honor the masters of Gyanganj and the Guru Mandir. So, Gyanganj isn't the only one Siddha Bhumi. There are many other Siddha Bhumis, and I'll be sharing more about them in the coming days. What makes Gyangan special is the vast streams of knowledge. It's said that there is no darkness there. The whole place is always lit and bright without the need for a sun. So their technologies are very advanced than this world. So today we will talk about Kripa or grace and Karma, action. These are teachings of Paramhansa Vishuddhananda Ji to his closest disciples. So Vishuddhananda Ji once said, there lived two disciples under the guidance of a master. The first one believed in Kripa or grace. He believed that divine grace would guide him when the time was right. And he spent his days surrendering to the cosmic energy. The second one, on the other hand, believed in karma or action. He believed that through effort, discipline, and self mastery, he could carve his own path to the truth. So every day he practiced intense sadhana and performed selfless services. Last session, I shared about the self karma, where we consciously take some action so that you can lighten the karmic results. So one evening, the master called them both. He pointed towards a great river. So the master said, the river holds a secret. Tomorrow at sunrise, you both must cross it. On the other side lies your final realization. The disciples started to prepare for the test. The first disciple prayed for divine grace, while the second strengthened and trained his body for the journey ahead. They arrived at the river bank. The current was strong, the waters deep, and the other shore seemed impossibly far. The second one, full of confidence, stepped into the water and began swimming with all his might. The waves pushed him back and forth, but he refused to give up. He had spent years training his body, and he knew that only through effort could he reach the other side. The first one, however, believed the divine will help him. He had faith that grace would reveal a way. And then something miraculous happened. A wooden piece or a log floated towards him, carried by the wind. Without hesitation, he held it, carried his weight effortlessly. Slowly, it drifted across the river, carrying him with ease. So he felt good and proud about his decision to surrender to Krupa. The second one, seeing this, was frustrated. Why does he get to cross without effort? But he had no time for anger. He had to keep swimming. His breath grew heavy and doubt crept in. Halfway across, a storm broke out. The river thrashed wildly. The log that carried the first one began to sway and went out of balance. When he struggled, he took action seriously with great effort to save his life. Suddenly he realized grace alone was not enough. He had to act, otherwise he would get drowned. The second one too was struggling. The current was too strong. Despite all his effort, he could go no further. At that moment, He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and let go. In that surrender, the waves effortlessly carried him to the shore. He had fought for so long, but in the end, it was grace that carried him towards the shore. The first disciple started with grace without making the necessary effort, and halfway he had to take effort with grace. And the second one took the action by his own strength without surrendering to the grace, and when his strength was no more, he had to release himself to the divine. Both disciples reached the other side. The master, waiting for them, smiled and he said, "You have both learned the truth. Grace and action are not separate. Krupa without karma will sink under the weight of passivity. Karma without Krupa will drown in its own weight." The secret to crossing the river of life is in knowing when to act and when to surrender. If only we had surrendered from the very beginning and taken necessary action, the journey across the river of life would have been much lighter. So, this truth is not just something I believe, it is the foundation of my life. The only prayer to the divine should be asking for his grace. And with this grace, you make the effort so that grace will do the work for you. Thank you for being with me on this journey. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and share. Namaste.